what is an intuition? In how would you describe an intuition?
Great question. I think it's different for everybody. For me, it's like a feeling I get in my body. It's almost like there's a couple different things, but the first one would be like a feeling I get in my stomach. So like when you're a kid and you steal something from the store and you get that feeling in your stomach, like that bad feeling, like you shouldn't do that. Yeah. That's like your intuition telling you shouldn't be doing that. But then on the other side, it's the feeling you get where it's like an excited sort of feeling. So I'll give you an example of the first time and the most significant time I heard it. I was a head chef at this winery, and I had a meeting with one of my sales reps who sold seafood from British Columbia on the west coast of Canada. And we had a meeting because we were high-end restaurants. We were looking to get some seafood from these guys. And at the end of the meeting, so one of my goals was I wanted to get out of the kitchen and find a Monday to Friday job. I didn't care what it was. And at the end of the meeting, he mentioned to me, we're looking for a sales rep for Ontario, which is the province I live in. He said, someone like you that has West Coast seafood knowledge, because I used to work on Vancouver Island in a hotel. So I know the West Coast, I know the seafood, and I'm a chef, so I know the kitchen stuff. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And then after the meeting, I went outside to like have a cigarette. And at this point, I wasn't smoking pot at all. And my whole body just started fucking vibrating and buzzing like crazy, like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm like, okay, well, I wonder if that means something. Maybe that means that I should apply for this job. So I went home and wrote my resume and sent this guy a letter and applied for the job. And I didn't get the job. So then I thought, okay, what the fuck was that feeling then? If it was, was it telling me something else? It didn't make any sense. So then I ended up, we were about going into summertime, and I said to my wife, I can't fucking do another summer in the kitchen. I'm going to kill myself. I'm not doing it. And it's now or never. Either I quit my job now, because I didn't want to be that guy that quits right in the middle of summer when it's busy. Like, I got to quit now before Mother's Day, or else I'm stuck there for another season. I got to get out of there. And then I ended up, I got a job as a breakfast cook at a golf course. So I went from executive chef at this high-end winery, making $85,000 a year with all these benefits, to working breakfast at a golf course. And I didn't give a shit. Well, I had this idea. I was like, man, I'll just, why don't I just look for a breakfast cook? Because I was looking for any job, anything, Monday to Friday, like cutting grass, anything. I didn't care what I did, but they all paid shit. So then I came across this job at the golf course, and it was like $24 an hour plus tips. So I'm like, that's pretty good for a breakfast cook. Start at 7 a.m. I'm done at like 3. That's great. So I applied for the job, and the chef was like, yeah, of course. I had more experience than the chef there. And I got the job, and we'll turn a couple of stories into one here. And then when I quit, so I gave my notice at where I was at, and then I quit. And then I started smoking pot again, which was bad. And I'm doing this job, and I had to like dumb myself down. So the way that I did it was I got high in the morning.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
But it was bad.
Yeah, no.
And also I was like excited because I'm making this big decision and all this stuff. And also when you quit smoking pot for a long time, I'm getting off track here, but then you smoke a little bit after not smoking for like 6 months, it's really, really like good. And that's another thing that I've learned, like smoking pot it amplifies your current state of consciousness. And if you're using it intentionally, so people will use it like spiritually, intentionally, with some sort of like ritual as to like set an intention to do something, to do meditation or whatever. But because I had an amazing experience. I smoked a little bit and I was like, the trees were brighter, all the colors were brighter, and it was just like amazing. But then as I started smoking it more and more again, I'm smoking it for a different reason. Like I'm smoking it just to get high, and I'm at a lower level.